We'll start with an injury update. Derek Wolfe is day to day with a small tear in the rib cartilage. He'll be fine, hopefully. Josie Drew has a mild high ankle sprain. He's also day to day. And we've got Chris Harris with a small break in the lower leg. He's week to week, and he won't go to IR, guys. So he needs rest and rehab, and we'll see how it falls in a couple weeks. Questions?
Is that good news for Chris, all things considered?
I think it's great news. It's great news for Chris. You know, he has time to hopefully recover and heal up, and hopefully we're still playing.
Would you expect Jermaine Brock to be available this coming week?
I'm very hopeful. Yes, very hopeful.
With him coming back, will you go out and sign another cornerback, or
We won't. You know, we can't because Chris is on the roster, so we have no room. So the guys we've got in house, that's who we're going to play with.
You mentioned Justin Simmons yesterday had a special talent playing nickel. What does that say about his football smarts to be able to adjust that in game?
It says a lot, you know, for a guy not to work nickel all week and to move there in the first quarter of the game and, you know, play 50 snaps there at a high level, by the way. But that speaks to his physical traits, you know, to match Boyd, you know, who was their best guy outside of A.J. Green. When A.J. went down, it was all Boyd. So to match him down the seam and to match him immediately, he won more than he lost. That's special, you know, and so it's good to have him. So we'll see how we proceed this week as far as the nickel goes, but he's a guy that can play it for us, so we know that at high level.
There were just a couple plays early that were kind of off. What did you see in just starting fast? I mean, still be the focus.
We've got to start faster, guys. I think we've scored, 3 points in the first quarter in the last, 2 or 3 games, so we got to get more points early, and that just comes from execution. You know, we got plays out there. We missed throws early in the last 2 games. We had some run reads that we missed early in the game, so we have to simply start faster by executing better and putting together drives and scoring points early. You know, we can't wait until the second quarter and second half to score points. So that's going to be a focus this week to get off to a better start offensively, especially.
We asked this last week about the possibility of Phillips' touches per game going up. And it looks like there is a plan that you judiciously use him, but is there a way to slowly increase that as you get in the stretch run, or how does that look?
I think every game's different, Troy. You know how many touches he gets. It's predicated on a game. You know, and hopefully we can get him more. But you know, we have Royce, we have Cortland, we have Emmanuel. It's only one football. You know, so to get him more, someone else has to take less opportunities. So each week is different. So we'll see about this week.
You're losing Chris on the field, but because he's on an IR, can you maintain his leadership and whatnot in the class, the building?
We do. I mean, he's going to be around rehabbing and obviously in every meeting with us. His leadership is critical for our young back end. I mean, he's a very, very smart football player. So the things he finds in his film study, no one else finds. So absolutely having him around is going to help us.
You are in a situation where the playoffs are there if you take care of business,
Sure.
and also need a little bit of help here and there. Do you start paying attention to Ravens?
No, I don't think so, Mike. I mean, right now we're 6-6 only. We're trying to get to be 7-6 this week, and without winning, those things won't matter much. You know, so we have to focus on the Broncos and take day by day, and hopefully play our best football on Sunday to win. But we can't chase the highlights and you know who's winning, who's not winning. That can't be our focus. Our focus got to be to play our best ball each Sunday. At the end, we'll see where we are. We'll see.
You mentioned Freeman. Did he yesterday look like the guy pre-injury?
Yeah, he's fine. You know, he had obviously a bad fumble that we don't want, but no, he ran downhill. I mean, he had a couple 7-8 yard runs that were real, but again, I mean, you know, with Phillip getting a bunk of the carries, I mean, he's getting less obviously, but when he's in there, he's running the ball downhill.
You think Brandon Marshall comes back this week?
We're hopeful. Yes, we're hopeful. I mean, he wanted to go last week, but he wasn't quite ready. So hopefully he's ready to go this week. But he is itching to get back on the field with his teammates. I mean, he called me last night. I'm ready to go, Coach. So he wants to go. So we'll see how he feels as the week progresses.
You've seen offensive lines handle Bradley differently as the years gone on?
Well, I've seen Bradley and Vaughn get double chipped, which is rare. But we kind of like that, especially when we're rushing 4 and playing zone coverage, because now we've got 6 guys over 3 receivers. So that's always a good deal when they're double chipping those guys. So obviously, those 2 guys are a problem as far as third down pass rush, even first, second down pass rush. So the more we get double chipped, the more we'll play zone and just get off the field. So it works both ways for us.
You guys are running the ball well and obviously winning, but is there an idea to maybe use Emmanuel Sanders a little bit more, a little bit differently in games, even though he only threw 21 times?
Well, he's definitely a playmaker, and we go into games with shots, to try to find vertically and on deep crossers. So he's our top receiver playmaker. That won't change. But as teams play us differently, we've tried some shots yesterday, and we had a couple, and we missed a couple, and he had one where we took a hit on the sideline there. But every week we have those shots in. So we'll see how teams play us. But if you're rushing the ball at a high rate, it's tough to call a shot when you're averaging 6.4, a carry on the ground. So, with the win yesterday, it was a different type of game yesterday. So the running game was dominant. So it was tough to get back to our pass game.
Why has the line been better, and in particular Garrett, over these last 3 weeks? What have you seen from him?
I think Garrett's just playing really good football. Obviously, the coaching is really, really good in that room between Chris and Sean. I mean, that group's well coached. We have great depth. It's great culture in that room. So I'm not surprised they're playing well. But Garrett played really well the last 3 weeks as far as technique and being patient, and even after the bad plays, responding the right way and getting back to technique. Our right tackle was a great pro. He played great yesterday, again, versus 2 big-time rushers in Dunlap and Johnson. I mean, those guys are 6'6", athletic, long rushers, and our tackles control those guys pretty good. So I've been really proud of how both guys have played, and the interior guys are playing really well in the pass and the run game.
To when the absolute earliest Chris could possibly be back?
I have no idea. I'm not going to guess.
Do you have to play differently on defense without him?
No, we don't.
Are Bradley and Phillip guys that you think should be in the Rookie of the Year conversation based on what they've been doing?
That's not my job. Obviously those 2 guys are playing at a high level. I think Bradley's he's going to be up there with the sack record, I'm assuming. Phillip's numbers are really good. That's not my job. They play good for us on Sundays, and that's all that matters.
You're up 21-3, and then get a little lull there.
Yeah.
I mean, some of that's on the offense too, isn't it? To keep the ball and kind of tack on there.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's really sloppy, Mike. After the fumble with Royce, they drove and scored within 3 or 4 plays. So we can't have that. Obviously, we're driving and controlling the game. So if you don't fumble that ball, that game's probably going to be, easily won. Obviously, they'll probably score 3 points. But after the fumble, they scored in 3 or 4 plays, and I thought we lost our edge a little bit in the late third, early fourth quarter. We still played good football, but it wasn't urgent football. It was just waiting to see, let's get out of here with a win and not push forward and make things happen. So I felt that a little bit from our team, and we have to fix that.
His first touchdown, change direction. How rare is it to see that kind of?
Yeah, it was really blocked poorly. Okay, it was really a couple blown assignments there, but he made it happen. He found it, and he scored a touchdown. I mean, he is really a quick-footed guy. He can get north-south really fast, and he's got courage. So he found it and scored.
Going to San Francisco where you coached and then coaching against Kyle Shanahan, is there
Any different?
or is there any different vibe to that game?
Nah.
When you coached there and his name was obviously
No
here.
different. No different than going to Cincy, right? It's our next opponent. It's about our team. I mean, Kyle's a great coach. I mean, his team's fighting. You watched his team last night. They're down 20-0, and they're fighting and making plays, and the sidelines engaged. So, I mean, they've been in some tough losses. I can understand where he's at. But his team's playing hard, so that speaks to his coaching style, his coaching abilities, and as a play caller, man, he's a really good play caller. He's a really good schemer, of the game plan. So we got to be sharp to play and beat Kyle this weekend.
Over the last few weeks, you've not only created the turnovers, but the offense has taken advantage of them. How have they been able to be so effective in those quick change situations?
Well, that's always talked about, in our game plan meetings about sudden change plays. You have some shots called, you have certain runs called, after turnovers because defenses are really playing a certain way after turnovers. So that's always talked about in game plan meetings, and so far so good the last 3 weeks. It's worked out for us.
A few more from
As a
Coach.
as a guy with defensive roots, what impresses you the most about the season that Todd Davis has had this year?
Todd is a pro's pro. I mean, he's our Mike Backer. He's our leader, but he practices and plays the same way every day. He's always full speed. He's a great tackler. He's getting so much better with his coverage stuff. I mean, that's been impressive to me to watch him work on his coverage and get better at it during the games. But he is a football player. He loves contact. He loves the run game. He gets downhill in his gaps, and he's been great for Josie to have him on his side.
What do you see on the makeup of this locker room that they won't get ahead of themselves?
Well, I think it's the staff, it's our leadership, just every Monday resetting our football team, and not letting the weekend pour over to the following week, because really it's week to week in this league, and every game's different, every game's played different, every game's game plan different. So it's my job and the staff's job and our leaders' job to reset our football team every week, and they're following. Okay, I mean we have a lot of young guys playing, but they are great followers, and that's part of having great culture. Everyone can't be leaders. You've got to have great followers, and our young guys are following our leaders and following my plan each week, and it shows on Sundays.
Last week you said in Miami when you had all those wins in a row, you could feel the winning streak, you could feel the synergy. Are you guys there yet?
I think we're close. I think every game we go into, we feel good about winning the game, and that's what it's about. But it starts with the work each week, and those teams I've been on that's going on runs, man, they put the work in. So we can't live off last week's success. We have to move on. We have to reset. We have to go back to work. We have to go back and put the investment back in. So when things get tough on Sundays, you don't just give it away. When the investment's heavy, teams fight. Teams do fight.
Last one, Zach.
How do you reset, and what's the message on Monday mornings?
Well, it's simple. It really is. You go back to small focus. Small focus with big picture awareness. We know what's out there. And what's being said now, but we can't fall for that. We have to go back to work and have our best week of work that we've had all year, and play our best football every Sunday. So it's really about our team just simply going back to work each week to play our best football we can on Sundays. Thank you guys. Enjoy your day.